Hello everyone, this is Josh from Whiskers and Wrenches. I am currently editing this video right now. It is so far 44 minutes long and 47 seconds, but I haven't even recorded an intro, haven't even recorded an outro. I wanted to do a little overview here saying, I know last video I said I'm going to aim for 15-20 minutes on the videos. Well, I believe I said 10 to 15. It makes it a little bit easier editing and everything like that, but I couldn't find a good spot to stop this video. Everything just kept rolling into each other, and it just went over great. The disassembly of this motor, as you can see here, I got the head off, and we found some amazing things inside, and I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but we got this motor to show a little bit of signs of life in this video, which is completely and utterly awesome. But I wanted to do this little intro here. If you guys like this longer form of video, you know, not 15-20 minute long videos, closer to an hour, if you guys like this, tell me in the comments below. If you guys like this type of stuff, I am wholeheartedly willing to, you know, do longer form videos, but at least the stuff I like to watch, I normally like shorter videos that go more in depth into like one specific thing, like a video specifically focusing on the supercharger that is 10-15 minutes long versus something that just focuses on the whole engine that's, you know, an hour or two long. But that's just my taste. I'm willing to do whatever you guys want. You know, you guys are the viewers. I'm just the builder here. So whatever you guys want, tell me what you like in the comments. If you like the shorter form videos, if you like the longer form videos. But let's stop putting this off here and we're going to get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy.
Well, here it is. And if you're wondering, yes, this is inside of my house. I brought it directly into my little table here that I got that I normally eat dinner on, but it's been kind of my project thing. I got some carburetors for some other bikes. I got some electrical work for the Crown Vic that I'm doing. I've got a bunch of tools, a bunch of random crap, but here it is. Now, I'm going to get this thing set up a little bit differently so I can kind of show you around it. But as I was taking this off, you can see original Kawasaki oil filter. That one might still be good enough to use. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that would void my warranty if I didn't use something that, you know, is original? Might be able to still use that guy. But there's that little frame bit that I had to saw off. You can see how dinged up this was. I spent a lot, like fair bit hammering this thing and just bending it out just to get it to this point. But it is still, see if I can show it here. No, I probably can't. But the bolt in there is actually torqued sideways. It's really, really not good. I'm going to kind of try to buzz this off here just so I can kind of save that bolt that's sticking out. So when I bring it to a machine shop, they might be able to pop it out, or maybe I can weld on a nut or something to bring it off. We'll see. We'll see how lucky I am. I might just let the machine shop do it so I don't tear it up any more than it already was. Here's the top of the motor, the injectors.
Now, editing this, I realize I keep calling these things injectors. They're not injectors, they're coil packs. I don't know what I was thinking, but I said it a couple times. This is me saying, I know they're coil packs, they're not injectors. I just misspoke.
Are a little bit toasty, but they're still there. Some more plastic still there. This rubber gasket, I pulled this out. It was still spongy, which was super cool. It was still chilling in there. I mean, it definitely got hot, but like I said, it was still spongy. It was still elastic. It just kind of felt like a little bit of an older rubber band. It definitely got hot, but I don't think it got hot enough to really, really mess it up bad. So we're going to see what happens here. I'm going to start tearing into this thing. I'm going to go get some tools to get all these Allen heads off. We're going to pop this valve cover off. Probably pop this oil pan off. Just start taking things apart and seeing what we find on the inside of this motor. Alrighty, well, we got it inside. Again, this is just on my table, so filming's a little bit harder, and yes, I am in a little bit more comfy clothes. I'm inside, I'm chilling, got the window open. It's a nice day out. Finally starting to cool down a little bit where, you know, not as hot as it normally is. It's about 70 degrees outside. In the background, come here, Caramel. If you hear any whining, it's this killer. Come on, up here, show everybody. It's this killer right here. Just playing with your bones, all that stuff. I also got this one. Come here, baby. Come here, Draco. Come on. Show off. Show off. Got these two. Got my other husky over here. So if you hear any whining, growling, anything like that, these two killers are going at it. So, oh lordy, we're gonna start breaking into this. The first thing I'm gonna do is take off the valve cover, and we're gonna look at see kind of what condition these valves are in. And then I'm gonna start just kind of working down from there. I might pop off the jugs themselves today. So I'm gonna go from top of the motor, valve cover here. We're gonna look at the camshafts, chains, all that stuff, see what we got there, and then we're gonna go into the jugs. Maybe I might pop off these starters, all this other stuff, and just kind of look inside and see what we got today. I'll just leave it playing. Who the hell cares? Trying to get these injectors out of here. That one's broke loose. That's good. You know what? I'm going to move you guys over here so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. You see little Killer. She's helping. She's a mechanic dog. Up. You mechanic. You little mechanic. You want to help? You mechanic dog? Are you? Yeah? You good girl. All right, go on. Go on. Go on. Daddy's got to do stuff. Oh, I love you too. I love you too. All right, go on. Go on. Daddy loves you, but go on. I love you. Some of this stuff we're just going to have to bend kind of into submission. I know this ignition pack right here, ignition coil, is loose, but I've got this old, whatever the hell it is. Don't even know. Maybe it looks like the mount for the coil pack or something. I don't know, but it's pretty toasty. I don't think I'm gonna use it for anything, but in the event that I'm gonna try to save as much of this motor as physically possible, because a lot of the parts are online, but a lot of the weird fiddly stuff just isn't. I know Kawasaki makes it, so if all else fails, I can go to Kawasaki for most of these parts, but like how it was with that screen and everything, a lot of them are expensive. So if I can kind of save, the non-important stuff, even if it got a little hot, like just this little bracket here that holds an electrical connection, I don't really think it's going to matter much if it got hot and it's not perfect. Maybe just, bending it back out, giving it a coat of paint after I sandblast it, probably be good enough for it. It's not going to hold that much torque or anything. It's just holding down an electrical connector, it looks like. So this might be the boost controller, maybe. I don't know. I know next to nothing about newer bikes, especially ones with all the electronic stuff, and I know legitimately basically nothing about supercharged bikes. I know Kawasaki makes an H2, and I bought one. That's basically all I know. And it makes the flutter whenever you get it throttled. That's all I know about them. So see if we can't get this ignition pack out. What's left of it? Oh my goodness. You being good, Caramel? You being good? You went quiet for a little bit there. Normally when you go quiet, you're stealing something you shouldn't have. Stealing something you shouldn't have, huh? You being a good girl? You guys recognize this dog anywhere in the comments? Let me know. She's a mutt. I got her mom off the street when she was pregnant. Gave her a place, to have the babies, and I adopted all of them. But I kept her because I really do like her. She's a good girl. I have no idea what she is. Like I said, mom was off the street. She was a mutt. And we have no idea what the dad was. So if you recognize her and go, oh, that's this, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what she is. Thought about getting one of those DNA tests for her just to kind of see. Just something that keeps falling on the back burner that I don't really, care that much about. She's a good girl, whatever she is, but would be nice to know. You guys want some? It's quite yummy. Quite delicious. Might be able to just tap this cover off itself and just bring them all along with it. I don't know how well that's going to work. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible. I'm not a very calibrated eye, but looking down the block from where the valve cover is, it doesn't look warped. I mean, obviously I'm not going to be able to tell, fine details, but it's not very obviously doing a wave. So that's a good sign. I mean, if you can obviously see a wave, then it's probably not very good. and everything, and it acts like it wants to come out, but it just doesn't. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful injector. See all that plastic at the tip of it's not even melted. That's a good sign. Woo! That was a good noise. Try to do that 3 more times now. Holy crap. My table is going to be full of just melted plastic. But it's fine. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? What? There's nothing going on in your brain. You're stupid. But I love you. You know I love you. I do. I do. You're stupid. I think she's golden retriever because she has that energy where she's just very stupid, but she loves everybody. There's nothing going on behind these eyes except love. No brain at all. That's why. It's really close. I'm gonna start tapping and just keep my fingers crossed. Oh yeah, it's coming out. Those injectors coming with it too. Oh, all but one of them. Looking in here, this really isn't horrible. You can see a little bit of a difference here where it got hot. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer here. You guys can see the difference in colors. A lot more charcoal down here, a lot less charcoal up here. That means this place got hot, this place really didn't as much. It's really clean up here. This looks to me like most of the oil was just sit here, which is why this is a little bit darker. It's mostly just smudge. It's just going to wipe right off. This stuff, same thing. You can see it wipes right off. So this really didn't heat check the metal. It's got a lot of carbon on it from the flames, so that's a good sign. Here's what's left of the valve cover. You can see how hot it got right there. That's not very good. Nice and yummy. But the surface itself isn't horrible. Not that bad at all. Not that bad at all. I'm going to move this thing around a little bit. Actually, let's pop out these spark plugs just to see what we got going on in there. Oh, that one's it, right on the money. Did crack the plug a little bit, but it's very clean. I mean, obviously, it only had like a couple hundred miles when it died, so I would expect not much less from 30 bike that had that few many miles on it. What was like say like 3,800, something like that was on the Carfax. It was something I know it was below 4,000 for sure. Come on out of there. Quit being difficult. Quit being difficult. Quit being difficult. Where are my needle nose pliers at? Yeah, same. That one's got a little bit more build up on it. Not much, but a little bit more. That one's just about the same. Pretty clean. Nothing crazy. And we got that last one that still has the stupid injector on it. These other two were kind of bent. Might be why they didn't want to come out too nicely. And it looks like it's mostly just the valve cover holding these in, so I bet if I just grab this one, it might just pop out. Yep, there we go. Got that guy out. Pop this last spark plug out just to see what's what. Whew, pretty clean one too. Not too shabby. Oh, here's the one. It's off the cylinder number 2 from this side. Has a little bit more buildup on it. I'm guessing this is the one that has the intake or exhaust valve open. It's got a little bit of more grime and like that on there. Probably just from the fire, be my guess. Be my hope, at least. Alrighty, well, I'm going to move all this crap out of the way so I can spin the motor a little bit, and we'll start maybe trying to get something off here. We might start working on the other side there, try to get the timing chains off and all that stuff so we can take this head off and see what's what. spin this thing around now. We're going to start working on this side here. I'm going to try to spin it and then move the camera and everything where you guys can get a good view of what the inside of this side of the case looks like. So give me just a second here and I'll get you guys all set up. Move all this crap out of the way here. This thing is not the lightest thing in the world. I had to have my neighbor come over and help me get it in here because it was not the most fun thing in the world pulling it off that frame. All right, we're just gonna try my best to spin this thing. Ugh. Oh, shop rat, you poor bastard. There we go. Okay. Just about. There should do. Now you guys can see a little bit more on the side there. I'm going to take off the last couple things on the top of the motor here, a couple sensors and stuff like that. Then we're going to start working on the clutch assembly, timing belt, all that stuff. Nope. going to have to buzz this little timing chain off because it is not going anywhere. Plug in my little Dremel here. Ugh. I was trying my best to save it, but it's going to come off whether it likes it or not. Yep, there we go. I think the Kawasaki engineers ever imagined somebody be doing this. I don't think so. Let's bend this chain out of here. That's that camshaft. We get the other one out of the way. We'll give this guy a couple little love tappies, and I bet it'll pop right out. Now there's not all that pressure on it. Come on now. You know you wanna. I'd probably just jiggle it right here. Yep, there we go. There's the cam. There's one cam. Doesn't look too horrible. Like I said, a lot of it's got a lot of carbon buildup, but I'll kind of clean it up and we'll see what happens. It's got a little bit of rust forming. Just a little bit on there from where it's been sitting, kind of exposed the elements where that valve cover was taken off. But the rest of it's pretty good shape. All the galleries look great. There's no really big indents or anything like that wearing. It's pretty awesome. Let's set that guy aside. Let's check out this other one here. Oh, come on now. Woo! I just burnt myself on that. That timing chain is still toasty from where I buzzed it off. See if that'll let go. Come on. There we go. Now we got it out of there. Now I just have to unscrew all these bolts because apparently it can't fit through there. Another one's same deal. A little bit rusty where it was exposed to the elements of that valve cover, all messed up. But other than that, it's not horrible at all. Now we're going to look. A lot of these, I don't even know what you call them, but let me get you guys a little bit different angle here. You can see these guys all clean, all the wear surfaces are clean. There's no gouges, anything like that, which is a great sign. Let me spin this a little bit more in the light here. That's really not in the light too much. Let me see if I can turn on one of these lights, my little lamps, aim it over here. That might help a little bit. Does it? It's not horrible. So we can see in here, got the head off. All that stuff. Wow, I was really close to the camera there, wasn't I? See in here, we got the head off. All these wear surfaces. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. They're dirty. They have a lot of grime on them. Obviously, this motor's been sitting for a while. But nothing in here is kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set you guys back again, and I'm going to start working on getting these head bolts off. It is literally full of melted plastic in this little bolt hole right here, where that valve cover was. It looks like it was laid on this side. This side was touching the ground here, and all the plastic just kind of pooled right there, and it's just all gummed up, and I can't get it out. So we're going to give this plastic a couple love taps here, try to break it loose. And this is not going to pop off, is it? Oh, no, it is. Okay, no, we're good. All right, I'm going to move a lot of this stuff around, and then we resituate you guys, and we're going to pop the head off this motor and see what we got under here. You know what? I'm going to pop off this oil pan real quick because it's going to make this thing not sit flat. When I get this off, it's going to sit a lot flatter and be a lot easier to record. So let me do that real quick. There we go. You guys want, oh my goodness, you guys want some nice yummy oil pan? It's for free. You can have it, you just gotta figure out where I live. Somebody's gonna do that. And then I'm gonna be freaked out. I think that's just popping your cherry on the internet. It's having somebody show up to your house unannounced, start internet drama. Whenever that happens, I know I've made it. Pop this thing off and see what we got under here. All these head bolts out. Alrighty, I had to move you. Apparently me moving this thing around moved my camera mount and my phone fell off, so that wasn't too awesome. Get a little impact here. These head bolts the rest of the way off. Now this should just come right out. It should. It's not wanting to, but it should. Make sure I got all the bolts. I don't see anything. Nope. I think it's just the head gasket holding it on is what's happening. Just gonna... Oh, I bet it's that melted plastic from that valve guide. But that's exactly what it is. Yep. Because this chain is stuck. There we go. Bet that got it free. Come on. You're very close. Let's get out of there now. Come on. Quit playing around. Yes. There we go. There we go. Head off the motor. Well, that's something, isn't it? And here, ooh, it looks really clean. Take this guy off. That's exactly what it was, is the valve cover was completely melted. If you look right here, you can see just a cube of melted plastic. You hit that a few times with my little hammer here. There we go. And we got to the head. And it really looks pretty darn good. There's just some marks from a little bit of like fire retardant foam that I can see. I'll show you guys here in a second, but there's nothing showing this thing was super hot. All the pistons are looking great. It's looking really good. Let me go grab my vacuum real quick and vacuum it out, because there's a lot of just debris in here, just dust, crap of that, just a bunch of this plastic, just a bunch of random stuff. Let me vacuum it out real quick and we'll look at these pistons. Now we can look at this head gasket here and read this a little bit. If you look, there's no really big heat marks anywhere on it. It's not melted, it's not warped, it still lays flat, it's not bumpy, it's not delaminated. Head gaskets have multiple layers, in case you guys didn't know. All these layers and everything aren't ripped apart, which means that this, if this was something that did get hot enough to completely warp this head gasket would be the first thing to show. I'm sure you guys know a lot of cars, you know, that you see blow white smoke, all that stuff, you know, overheat. It's normally the head gasket. When you have something like that, the first thing to go when you overheat a motor normally is your head gasket. And this thing looks really great. It's not deformed. It's not warped. It's not, you know, all squiggly diggly. It's got a bunch of weird marks in it, like you can see here, but it's consistent on every single one of them. It's got that divot right here, so it's not like it was melted. I said all the layers are not delaminated. They're all still together. They're not spreading apart unless I pull them apart. It's a great, great sign. Let's see what the bottom of this looks like with all the valves and everything like that. Let me try to collect all these head bolts before I do that so they all don't go flying. And you know what? We'll risk it. We'll risk it. We gotta risk it for the biscuit. There's our heads. See, it's mostly clean apart from those two valves right there. Now, whenever you see a motor that's been sitting for a long time, a couple valves are bound to be open during a stroke, something like that. That's where your moisture comes in when you see a car that's been sitting for a long time. A little bit of rust on one of the spark plugs. That's why. It's just kind of sitting open where the moisture and everything was able to get in there and just kind of chillax. This isn't bad at all. I can get new valves, clean it up. There's nothing warped here. All this is really, really flat. You can see the head gasket material is still on here. It's not, you know, bubbly. It's not wiggly, nothing like that, which is awesome. It's a great sign. Now, the next thing we're going to do here is listen to my dog whine. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to try my darndest to work on the other side here where the timing chain and everything like that is. Get most of this plastic broke off of there. And then spin it around and see if I can't get this stator off, which is another big thing. This thing's really warped. Your stator is basically your alternator on a motorcycle. It's a big copper thing that spins. It's got some magnets in there. It's basically what gives you your juice. It's kind of warped up out of proportion. I'm going to try to bust that guy loose, and then we'll see if we can't get this motor to spin over, because that would be a big, big deal. Oh! 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 Oh, buddy! Oh, that's good. Look at this. Look at this, people, right here. Look at this. This is a great sign. This is an absolute amazing sign. Look at this. I don't know how well you can see it, but I can feel it. The motor right there was spinning over. That was awesome. I might have to play that back in slow motion. It moved a little bit, but it is getting caught up here. I can hear a bunch of plastic cracking and crinkling and all that stuff. But this motor just spun over, which is awesome. That is a big, big relief. That means that this motor, at least the cylinders and everything, didn't get hot enough to completely warp it and just crush down on himself. It felt great right there. This is an amazing sign. You know, when I started this, I got a lot of weird looks. My neighbors were like, "What the hell are you doing with that, dude? There ain't no way." But I really do believe I can save this motor.
Hello, everyone, and this is where I'm going to end this video. Right on that amazing, amazing bombshell right there that we got the motor to actually spin over. Now, it wasn't a full rotation, sadly. It did come to a stop, and the stator bolt itself started to loosen, but it felt like it was getting caught up on something soft, not something hard like a piece of metal or, you know, a melted gear or anything like that. It really did just feel like those timing chain guides had melted and got into the gears and everything like that spun the timing chain. Now, in the next episode, I'm going to dig farther into that side, pulling the clutch, trying to start pulling all the gears and everything like that, get all that burnt, melted plastic out of there, and see if we can't get this motor to spin over even farther. But this is amazing, amazing news here, guys. That head gasket looked great. The cylinders look great. The head looks pretty darn good. Off camera, I ran a ruler across the top of the block at least, and I couldn't see any, light coming through. It looked amazing. Like the video, guys. If you like this, dislike it if you dislike it. Subscribe if you want to stick around. Hit the notification if you want to get notified whenever I do a new video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. You guys are awesome. Peace.